Okay.
What have you done or are doing to ensure the independence of the bench?
I can tell you that one of my assignments when I was on the bench for 6.5 years was I was an ethics trainer. I received specialized training from the AOC on ethics. I taught ethics. I taught ethics to judge pro tems because that was a requirement to be a judge pro tem. I taught it to not only attorneys in El Dorado County, but we had attorneys come from Yolo, from Placer County, Amador County, to take those classes that are required to become a judge pro tem. As far as the independence of the bench, I've pretty much been independent my whole life. My wife will tell you I do my own thing. I do what I think is right, regardless of whether it's the easy thing or not. My mother and father are right here. They'll tell you that I occasionally have butted heads with those that are around me because I needed to do what I thought was right, not what was easy, not what was expedient. And essentially, on the bench, that's exactly what I did, and I would continue to do.
Thank you. Joe?
Thank you. It's somewhat of a slanted question here for me today because I'm seeking the position on the bench. I've not yet been on the bench other than as a pro tem judge and other than as a private judge, which I explained earlier is when 2 attorneys choose me. The beauty of that experience, well, first of all, I have gone through the training for the ethics training to be a pro tem. I've taken all the classes necessary to be a pro tem judge. And I think the question is leaning towards the endorsement factor. And the endorsement factor that's come up in other forums is the question about attorneys endorsing a candidate for judge. And the reality is that's a natural part of this process because those are the people that are most involved in the system. And when those people come out to endorse, they're basically saying, we want you to be judged not because of something that you're going to do for us in the future, as far as a favor, but they want the most qualified candidate that they believe will be the best judge on the bench. And when it's been criticized in the past that attorneys shouldn't endorse, and I actually think quite the opposite. And there's been no question about the deputies that have endorsed and the other judges that have endorsed and things like that. And these are all people that I know, that I've appeared before, or that know me personally, that know my reputation, that know my character, and believe I'll be a good judge. I don't think independence is an issue of those endorsements.
Thank you, Joe.
Well, what I'm doing is, and I think that there is a problem. I personally do have concerns about soliciting endorsements from members of the local bar. I think it puts the judge and the local bar, the attorneys that appear before that judge, I think it puts them in a playing field that maybe they shouldn't be so associated with one another. You have somebody standing in front of you as a judge that's contributed to your campaign. I think that's a problem. You have somebody standing in front of you as a judge that is walked your precinct or has agreed to put a sign on their lawn. I have a problem with that. Now, my challengers may not, and it's not unlawful. I want to make that clear. It's not unlawful. But philosophically, I have a problem with it. And I am not soliciting the endorsements, per se, of the members of the local bar. Now, I've had a couple of the local attorneys that have approached me and said, Kirk, I'd like to be on your campaign. I'd like to endorse you. Listen, I want every vote I can get, so that's fine. But I'm not out soliciting them, recruiting them. But if you will look at my endorsements, and I have papers out there, you will see over 50 judges endorsing me, and you will see probably 20 or 30 attorneys. Only 2 of them are from this county. They're from other counties, so I don't have that conflict. That's what I'm doing.
Thank you.